In the golden era of the history of India, our focus was only on the kings of India. But there are many queens in India who have not been given that type of recognition kings get. So let's see the life of a progressive queen. Records say that Rudrama Devi, the queen of the Kakatiyas, was made the co-ruler of the Kakatiyas in 1259 AD. Her father was the legendary king Ganapati Deva. Ganapati Deva was an overly ambitious king and wanted to capture territories. But due to the rise of the Pandyan territory, he was a bit scared to plunder and rule territories of the Pandyan kingdoms. But yet he decided to go. But there was no heir to the throne. But there was Rudrama Devi. There was a ritual in which princesses could inherit the throne. After completing the ritual, he went out to capture Pandyan territories. But the main question is, why did Ganpati Deva made this ritual? You see, the 13th century was a year of war and death. So he did not know whether he would make it or not. So he made this ritual. The ritual was a blessing. The Pandyan invasion was a disaster for the Kakatiyas, but they made some progress, but it was not worth it. However, Ganpati was tired of the politics. So he put his 16-year-old daughter Rudrama Devi on the throne. This was the year 1261. In 1263 AD, the Yadava king Mahadeva decided to capture Kakatiya territories. As the queen was young, inexperienced, and mostly she was a girl. This proved to be a fatal mistake. This proved to be a massive mistake as they not only defeated the Yadavas but chased them back all the way to Devgiri, the Yadava capital. Finally, after a long drawn out siege, the Yadavas decided to surrender. A large sum of 1 million gold coins was given to the Kakatiyas. This was a major victory for Rudrama Devi. However, her cousins were frustrated that Rudrama Devi was being made the king instead of them. Rudrama Devi defeated her rebellious brothers. But she didn't kill them. She gave them Jahagirs in the kingdom. This happened in 1266 AD. Rudrama Devi felt concerned about this and coronated herself in 1269 AD. Then she focused on industrialization. She united the dry region people with the coastal people. The dry region was scarcely populated and there were less farms. So she decided to move the people from the coastal region into the dry region to start farming and industrialization. So there are now farms in that region and people are living there. But rain doesn't fall there. She built artificial tanks to build farms in the dry region. This led to an explosion in trade and economy. In this mass migration came the birth of many poets, writers, and playwrights. Even today, after almost 800 years, the poems written during her time are recited at many South Indian festivals in the states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. A lot of money was being invested in temples and agriculture. During her reign, she also constructed the fort at Warangal, which would be important to her in later years. In 1273 AD, the Nellore Jahagir, which was a part of the Kakatiyas, wanted independence. So she decided to squash the rebellion. However, there was a fatal risk of her dying in the battle as Nellore was being supported by the Yadavas and the Pandyas. She made her grandson Prataprudra the heir and she went out for war. However, this campaign was not successful and she died in 1289 AD while battling the Nellore forces. After her death, Prataprudra became the king and squashed the Nellore forces in 1309 AD. However, this glory wouldn't last for long as the Delhi Sultanate captured Warangal, the capital of the Kakatiyas, in 1323 AD, thus ending the dynasty.